Hello and welcome to Jerry's Corners Kitchen. And today we're going to make a beautiful little dish. Strawberry Pavlova Roulade. It's actually a lot simpler to make than it sounds, as you'll find out. And it's a great way of using up those egg whites if you've already made my mayonnaise recipe. The link for that is down below. Now, I'm going to crack right on and I'm going to show you how to make this stunning little dish. So here's the ingredients for our roulade. I have 120 grams of egg whites. This came from 3 eggs separated and is perfect if you're going to use egg yolks for my mayonnaise recipe. And there we have 290 grams of caster sugar, 2 teaspoons of corn flour and a tablespoon of desiccated coconut. Now the coconut is completely optional because I know how some people feel about coconut, but me personally, I love it. So before I make the roulade, please preheat your oven to 160 degrees centigrade, which is 140 fan, 320 Fahrenheit or gas Mark III. So I'm going to use a tray to make the roulade. This tray is 32 by 22, but as long as your tray is roughly that sort of size, it doesn't have to be too exact. Now I'm going to line it with some greaseproof paper, and to make that easier, I put a little bit of oil onto the tray. Then we put our greaseproof on and it sticks to the oil like so. Now before I start whisking up the egg whites, I'm going to take the sugar and add the corn flour. And I'm going to give that a real good mix through. This will help when we add it to the meringue that the corn flour is already mixed in with the sugar. Like so. So to make the roulade, we have a nice clean glass bowl. Into that, I'm going to put my egg whites. So I'm going to use a hand mixer, like so. And we just turn it on and whisk. So once your meringue has reached what we'd call stiff peak stage, we start adding the sugar. Now we're not going to add this all at once, we're going to add it relatively slowly, like this. As you can see, I'm adding it spoon by spoon. And that's it. Don't over whisk it. As I say, add the sugar spoon by spoon, and once it's all incorporated, stop whisking. Don't over mix it. Right, let's make it. So now we take the meringue and we pour it onto our tray using a spatula. Once you have it on there, gently work it out to the edges. There we go. And then we get our coconut, as I say, totally optional. And now straight into the oven. I think it's going to take about 20 minutes, but we'll keep an eye on it. It just wants to be nicely browned, and that'll do. So here we have our cooked roulade. That did take 20 minutes. And doesn't it look lovely? Right, now for one of the only tricky bits of this recipe really. We need to turn it out. So to do that, I'm going to use another piece of greaseproof paper and place it over the top. I then get my cloth, I grab hold of the tray and I turn it. Then if we catch hold of the other piece of greaseproof paper, we can get rid of the tray. And then, very carefully, we peel off this piece of greaseproof paper. Right, I'm going to leave that to cool. So these are the strawberries we have for our roulade. I bought a punnet from the local supermarket. I think it was about 220 grams or something similar to that. So what I've done is I've put the nicest ones, I've quartered them and I've put them in one bowl. And the ones that are a bit soft and soggy, which you always seem to get in a punnet, I've separated them up and I've chopped them up as well. So let's sort the nice ones out. So now we're going to do something chefy. I don't know if you've ever seen the word macerated on a menu. Macerated strawberries, macerated berries. I'll tell you what it means, shall I? You get some caster sugar, about a tablespoon. Stick it over the strawberries. Give it a little swizzle about. Stick it to one side. Macerated strawberries. There you go. Right, so the next strawberries, I've got a blender and I'm going to put all the strawberries into the blender. I'm going to add a teaspoon. No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of icing sugar. And then stick this on here. I'm just going to check it for sweetness. That's perfect. It's still got a bit of sharpness, but remember, we're going to have our macerated strawberries and we're going to have meringue, and both of those things have got lots of sugar in them. And that is my finished sauce. So now to make my Chantilly cream, or whipped cream. We don't always have to be posh, do us? So into a bowl goes 300 ml of double cream, 1 tablespoon of caster sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's give it a whisk. Right, we can now make our roulade. So to roll our roulade is a little bit tricky, but I'm sure you can manage it. So the first thing we do is we put the cream onto the roulade. And then I use a palette knife. You don't have to. Makes it easier, I suppose. Right, now for the fun bit. So we're going to roll this up. Now we're going to use the paper. This will help us. So you stop it from moving. And you very, very gently use the paper to roll it. Here we go. I'm going to move it back a little bit. And on it goes. And over it goes. Right. So now we lift it, put it on our serving dish, and very carefully take the paper away. There we go. So there we have it. Pavlova Roulade. Now, it depends. If you're having a family round, you could then put the macerated strawberries all around, pour the sauce over the top, bring it out as a centerpiece. But I'm not going to do that because I'm probably not going to eat all this, especially not by myself when my kids and my wife are out at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve a slice and then dress it to look nice. I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so we take our plate. I've got my strawberry sauce, a spoon, here we go. Little design on there. Ooh. And that goes on there. Next, we get our macerated strawberries. And we're going to put some on the top, some around the outside. A little bit more strawberry sauce. And then to finish it, a nice dusting of sieved icing sugar. And there we have it. Oh yeah, now that looks nice. That looks real nice. I'm just going to have to tuck in, I'm really sorry. My wife, my kids, this is for me. Now I hope you've enjoyed watching Jerry's Cornish Kitchen as much as I've enjoyed making this video. And I hope to see you again, so please subscribe, please press the like button and please leave a comment. Nice.